Guys, this YouTube thing is not user-friendly. Or not Joe-friendly, because I can't seem to get it right. All right, let's see if this starts working here. Hello?
I was like, it might be a YouTube thing, because mine's not. YouTube's not working at all for me.
Can I see? Who are you on?
Me.
How do you close everything? You got to restart it.
I know. Just not doing.
Can you log in as me? As a Sailing
It's
SV
on
Freedom?
now. It's on now.
Okay. How did you get to that?
It just came up as one of my things because I belong to the channel.
Okay, so how do we let everybody know that this is the new one?
Oh.
It's delayed big time. That was the problem.
And now, oh.
We have to go into our community. This is Sailing SV Freedom?
Mm-hmm.
Sure?
No, it's me, but I'm on SV Freedom.
All right, we need to go into the community for SV Freedom and just post in there that you can do it. Here, so go to the main screen on there. And go to community. You're on our account, right?
I don't think I am right now.
Hey guys, appreciate you standing by with us. There's a few people on here now. Major technical difficulties, so we're going to kick it off. Kristen's.
They found it, so.
All right, looks like you guys found it. Sorry about that. This YouTube thing is not Joe friendly, but this is a big episode for me, so we needed to get it going, and I appreciate everybody that stuck with us there. So let's get her going. All right, guys. So hello and welcome to another episode of Sailing SV Freedom. My name is Joe, and my lovely wife here is Kristen. And this is our brand new series of live. And we've been doing maybe 4 or 5 now. And we love the features and you guys talking in and saying hi right there. So we really appreciate that. Earlier this year, we made a pretty bold decision. We went out and got ourselves a 40-foot sailboat without ever having sailed before. Why did we do this? That's the age-old question. But we wanted something different, you know, whether it's a midlife crisis or what have you. But that's a different story. This morning's live is a big one, all right? So yesterday was my final day in the military after nearly 13 years in uniform. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the emotions of walking out for the last time.
Oh, babe. Oy, oy, oy.
I didn't expect this because I was doing cartwheels the last 2 days while I was working and while I was in uniform. I was super stoked. And then I drove away.
Oh.
And as I got out of my base and I started driving down, I got upset, you know, like I'm kind of getting now.
It's the end of a chapter of your life. That was a big, big chapter.
Yeah. You know, the bonds that you make, your brothers and your sisters, the things you go through, the sacrifices you make together. Pretty remarkable. But I wanted to get something straight. Civilians and military. If you're not familiar with the military, super quick. Retirement is a 20-year fulfillment of a contract in the military. I did not have that. I had 12 and a half years. So the technical term for me was separation, or I ended my contract, or I did not re-up my contract. It's the same thing, except retirement, you get pension and all benefits. I don't. So I just ended after 12 and a half years because it's time now. We decided that it's time to go. So yeah, back
But
to
you shouldn't feel bad about that because like I posted something yesterday on Facebook about Joe that, that's a statistic he told me a while back that less than 1% of our population decides to go into the military. So, it's not like you became a teacher or, a plumber or whatever. Like
I might go back to teaching now.
huge decision, sacrifice, and I think a lot of people appreciate it, thankfully. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So we're going to talk about this transition for myself, what it felt like, what comes next, and we're also going to break down the haul out of freedom that we did just a few days ago, and the major winter prep we're going to tackle in the next few days. So this is a live conversation, so we encourage you to jump into the chat, let us know where you're watching from, say hello, drop your state or country, and let's get this conversation going. All right?
yeah.
All right, so we know I just retired, or I got out of the military, I separated. So this morning's my first day. This is my first day I woke up as a civilian in 12 and a half years.
What's that like?
It's freeing, right? Like I didn't have to go to base today. I didn't have to get up early, but look this is the first time you've seen me shaved and with the short hair when I started sailing SV Freedom. So that's one of the sacrifices, one of the very little sacrifices that in the military you have to do. You've got to get up earlier. You've got to shave. You've got to have your presentation going, your hair. You have to fall within standards, right? I don't have to do that anymore. So am I going to grow a big woolly beard and long hair? I don't know. Maybe I will.
You're going to look like a Duck Dynasty.
I don't know. Maybe I will. But I didn't. The one thing is I didn't expect that roller coaster of emotions. Like I said, I was doing cartwheels Friday and Saturday. I was singing songs yesterday at work, But then you do an out processing checklist. So I did that. I went all throughout base, handing in stuff, this, that, and the other. And I went up to one of our sections, the final sections we have to go to, and I had to hand in my military ID, which we call a CAC card. Yeah. And that's kind of when it hit me. Like I'm turning in my military card. I no longer have access to base. I can get escorted in now, somebody else can bring me in, but I'm not a part of the military anymore. So that hit me. Yeah. Hugs, goodbyes, and all that stuff. And then when I left, it really hit me. I had to pull over to the side of the road in the truck, and I actually got footage of that.
Oh.
I'll probably put that in Wednesday's episode, but that was tough. So a lot of pride, a lot of excitement, sadness, relief, all rolled into one.
That's a lot of emotion.
So for some of you men out there, you're 45 and up, maybe you're in the middle of your own transition. Maybe you're planning one. If you've ever gone through a life pivot, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to share two vivid memories with me. I mean, one was yesterday handing in my CAC card, but I enlisted the military at 39, right? So I did not want to look back and say I wish I did. Yeah. So I enlisted at 39, and I left Kristen and the two boys. That was tough. I got to boot camp, and they're screaming and yelling, go, 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 go. Fine, whatever. But one of those moments was when I graduated from boot camp and Kristen and the boys came. I was such a robot soldier standing at attention with everybody else. It was like 1,400 people in all my brother flights and my sister flights. And we have to stand at attention. We were told you stand at attention until one of your family members touches you.
Yeah.
I stood there at attention. My son, Aiden, I think this big, comes up to me and he's just looking at me. He's like, Dad, give me a hug or something. And then he touched me, and then I broke down, and I hugged him and Kristen and everything. So that was a huge, huge part of as we were going there. That was super cool. And I guess the turning into my gear now and handing my CAC card, two very big moments, pivotal moments in my career. So why is this transition exciting and terrifying for me? How is sailing and freedom going to be a part of my next chapter? Well, that's what it is, So if you've gone through any major career field changes later in life, just tap a little, type in yes underneath there for us, and share what the transition looked like for you, because I know I'm not the only one, right?
Yeah.
So that's the military career past. Is there anything you want to say about the military career?
No, I when you were talking about when we came to see you. Like, I remember I was looking through my pictures the other night, and I found all these pictures of, the boys and I here. And, we got these special t-shirts made. We had this banner made. And I remember when you were gone, I joined a Facebook group of all like the moms and dads and husbands and wives or whatever who had people at boot camp at that specific time. So I remember, making friends with a couple of those women. And then when we went there, like you see the people run and like you hold your banner up. And like I said, Joseph Aiden and I had these special shirts on for his specific flight. And then, there was this whole ceremony. It was like an amazing experience. I think it was amazing for the boys. I think it was really just a really, really proud moment. And then you get embraced by this new community of people that you never knew before, that you're a part of now, this military community. And it was really incredible. It was really fun to look back through those pictures of when we came to Texas to see you. It was really fun.
These 13 years really kind of flew by.
They did. Yep.
All right, so let's shift to Freedom because she had a big week also.
She did.
So she was hauled out the other day. If you've ever pulled a 40-foot boat out of the water, you know the feeling. This was the first time we had such a big boat coming out with a 53-foot mast. So it was the first time, too, I single-handed her. Yeah. So I went up to the dock, I used the wind and the current, and I was able to steer in, jump off, get the lines hooked up. I was super proud of myself. But that feeling, it was mixes stress, hope, anticipation, and that deep breath when the keel finally gets up and then touches the blocks, right? So that whole entire time. We did have a little bit of a problem. The backstay on the sailboat was resting against their I-beam. So they had to really loosen it up, almost take the backstay off, and they weren't able to drop the sailboat dropper, but at a good height for me because I wanted to take the rudder off. They were unable to do that because that would have pushed the backstay off. So unfortunately, we don't have that, but they did say they would raise the boat if we needed to do that. Oh. So
I don't think I even knew that.
No, yeah, it was just a whirlwind of stuff that what happened with us the other day. All right, so she was hauled out. She was clean. She looked great. Everything looked good. They cleaned the boat. It all looked good, no surprises there. Everything was really good. The deck looked good. The hardware looked good. But we do have a big couple months coming up. So this week we're going to get to winterizing her. The other day I woke up, it was 31 degrees here. That's not good, right? That's not good. So our winter plan, we have to go through the systems, protection, and our next steps, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that winter prep because I kind of went into the weeds a little bit with the military there, but I can't help that. So we're going to talk about winter prep because Freedom's going into hibernation and she's got to go in and be strong because we're going to use her a lot next year and we're going to do some pretty big trips. So she's got to be sound, safe, and everything, We're going to do a full engine winterization. That means a coolant flush, antifreeze of the raw water system, oil and filter. We're going to go through the batteries, the fresh water system, protect the through hulls, prep the cabin. We're going to build a custom enclosure for her. And we're gonna do all of this on film, and we're gonna create an episode out of it. Now, we're not a how-to channel. I'm definitely not a pro in any of that. But if I could do it, you guys can do it. So it should be interesting. I've winterized boats before. I've never built this enclosure that I'm gonna take on now. So it should be interesting, right? So for the guys with the sailboats out there, what's the number one system you always winterize first? Let me know. Your engine, your water system, your batteries. Let us know. Drop it in over here, okay? Let us know. Oh, thank you. I thank you for your appreciation there. It was my honor, guys. So thank you for that. All right. Midlife sailing and what's next. This whole season of life, Justice is barking, of course, of life, transitioning out of the military, taking on our 40-foot boat, which is going to be turning into a rebuild now because of the teak. If you've watched previous episodes, that's going to be a huge job. So that's going to be coming out next. So it's been humbling. It's been exciting. But the realization is going to hit us super soon, you know? So if you've watched the previous chapters, you've seen now a career shift for me. You've seen us get the boat for the first time, sail the boat for the first time, do a little bit of work for the first time. You saw the teak decks pulling up for the first time. So we're sharing this journey with you guys. We want this to be as authentic and real as it gets. And that's what's going to make our channel successful, because it's going to be one-on-one. You all are going to just do this with us here, you know, and that's what we want. You know, we don't want this to just be us telling you guys. We want you to join in with us. So for Kristen and I, you know, it's career change for me. I would love to be able to make a little bit of a salary, make maybe a career out of YouTube. A lot of people are doing it. I don't know. The channel's going very well. I'm super happy with it. I don't know if that's reasonable right now. We've got to grow it. You know, there's monetization we can get, ads.
Explain what that is.
So monetization is when you hit certain levels within YouTube that you could start getting paid for the clicks that you get, right? So we have 350 subscribers, which I think we need 1,000 to be able to, one of the things that we can get that with. And we need like a certain amount of hours of views. And we're doing well. I mean, we're getting 2,700 views on a video within just a week or 2 weeks, 1,000 in a day, you know, so we're super psyched with that, but we're going to build it. So if we can make a little bit of money of that, and it's really just to build the boat up.
Yeah.
You know, I don't necessarily need another career right now. We're very lucky. I might get a part-time job. I'm definitely going to get a part-time job if I can't make anything off the YouTube channel for now. But you know, that's subject to change. It's you know, it's a liquid situation, as we call it, or a fluid situation as we call it in the military. So Kristen, she's preparing for retirement. She's got 4 more years left. So she's got 30 years in teaching, but in teaching in New York, you have to have 30 plus 55.
Yeah, and 55.
She hasn't hit 55 yet. So it's going to be us scrambling to do things and to do trips. The summer's off and all of that. So we're excited for all that, but it's this next stage here is a lot of prep for the boat. So we're going to pretty much refit the boat this winter. We got to get it covered, remove all of the teak, inspect the teak deck. Inspect the fiberglass deck, fiberglass any of the holes in there, make sure no water went in, and make sure none of the decks are soft. That's the first thing we're going to do. Then we're going to address filling in the holes, using a filler to smooth it out, and then either going to use a non-skid of some sort to go over it all, or still maybe a faux teak. Like we've been contacted by a few companies now that want to work with us. I'd love real teak, but that's a lot of work. So maybe the faux teak, I don't know. There's teak out there with like EVA foam. I'm worried about the dogs and their nails. So we're weighing our pros and our cons. So that's going to be big in the winter. I want to put a new refrigerator in because that one pooped out during the summer. I wanted to build a swim platform off the back, or a sugar scoop for sailors out there, because a sugar scoop.
What's that?
It's a big, it's like a swim platform. So it would continue the lines of the back of the sailboat. So it's super sexy. And then we've got I would put 2 stairs in it because we want to get her parents on board and the dogs. So right now we have to take almost a 3-foot jump to get into the boat because she's got a high freeboard. So there's a lot there. We're going to be traveling a lot. Aiden's lacrosse season starts in February, and we're going to go all over the place. We're going to take you guys with us. We're going to St. Louis. We're going to Georgia. We got a lot of Florida games, of course. So, all right. So we want you guys to be part of this journey. Join our community, right? So I put a lot of things in the community. I have something down in the community to introduce yourself and tell us where you're from. Because if we've got a ton of people from a certain time zone, and it's better to go a little bit later with live, maybe we'll adjust it or sometime during the week.
Right. Somebody was commenting that they're from Michigan.
Okay.
That's super cool.
Somebody earlier said they're from Indiana.
Oh, neat.
You know, so that's cool. I mean, that's still the same time zone as us.
I don't know.
I checked Indiana is, so.
Is it?
Yeah. But here's a little thing for you guys, too, to be involved. If you're in that second half of life mode like we are, that midlife adventure, and you're planning something big, drop a number 1 in the chat here so we could take a look at that. We want to see how many of us are making bold moves. You know, it's not just us. You know, there's got to be more people out there. So as we close up the session, because we're trying to keep everything around 15 minutes, and we screwed up in the beginning with our YouTube getting it started. I'll figure that out sometimes, right?
It's part of the excitement.
Yeah. So, you know, a huge thank you for being here. Every single comment, every single viewer helps us grow this channel and build this community of midlife adventurers, which is huge. And that might lead to me be able to do this as a career and give more to you guys, more episodes, maybe do a Patreon where we go behind the scenes and you guys watch like the full haul out, or, you know, I'm not opposed to that. But if you found this episode helpful, please hit the like button and consider subscribing so you don't miss anything else that's coming up, like this enclosure build. There you go, Edward. There's the number 1 over there. Good. Woo. So we want to hear about your what your dream is and what you're going after, what your bold decision is for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, that's super good. That's super cool to know there's other people out there, not just me being nuts and dragging Kristen along.
No.
All right. So again, guys, huge thank you for all of you, and we couldn't do it without you, and we wouldn't do it without you. You know, you're that push for us to keep going. You know, and I think this is a record. We had like 21 people on
I saw that.
at one point at the same time. So that's huge.
So cool.
That's awesome. So, you know, so this is Kristen. I'm Joe, and I'm signing off for Sailing SV Freedom Live for my first full day as a civilian. So
who knows what he's gonna do?
Yeah. So we really appreciate it again. Please like, subscribe, comment, share this with people, and comment in our community. Start a thread in the community. Let's join the community and just kind of keep it going. All right.
Yeah. Be nice.
All right, guys. We're gonna end it here, and let's just
have a good
let's continue
Sunday.
for next. Yeah. See you guys the next Sunday and Wednesday night's episode.
Yeah.
Peace,
Bye.
y'all. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.